Special hello to Kirk Pengilly.
Hello.
And Andrew Ferris.
Hello. We made it through the windscreen. By the windscreen of our neck.
Of the world-famous rock band, INXS. I must say what a treat it is to have you guys here today. And welcome back to Vancouver.
Thank you. Yeah, it's our second home.
It is. Elegantly Wasted recorded here.
Yeah.
The new album with the funky green cars on it.
Yeah.
So does it feel good to be back, Andrew?
It does. It's a lot of similarities for us being Australians as well. Vancouver is kind of similar in some ways to Sydney or Perth, or it's got that sort of feel.
I guess down to
place
Canada
around
Place,
the harbour,
we've got the sails, kind of trying to pretend to be the opera house and all that stuff.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant, well, coming from England to where we spent a lot of time, it's really great to come here.
Yeah.
Now, you guys had the big release party in Belgium on Friday night for the new album. You had the big online internet cybercast and everything.
That's right. I did an interview on the internet thing. It was very interesting, actually.
I think I got the transcript of that here. Want me to tell you what you said?
No, that's fine. The software that this actual French-Belgian company's developed for internet now is has a microphone. You can talk rather than typing it in. So the whole interview was...
That's why some of the stuff comes out rather weird.
Yeah, probably.
I thought it was just in the translation from French to English.
Yeah, no, it's probably just me.
Yeah, okay. Sorry,
Okay.
just reading some of the stuff here and thinking weird things. Now, which one of you guys is into left field?
Me.
It's you.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically, excellent, awesome album. They got a new album coming out shortly.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I play some?
Please.
Go ahead.
Play the first track, but do it after ours.
Go ahead. I was going to play some while we're talking.
Yeah, definitely.
Left field, some
It's an awesome album.
underground kind of stuff that's happening. Now, I've noticed on at least the new single, Elegantly Wasted, you guys have a little bit more of a richer kind of sound happening on it than other things. Do you notice that, Andrew?
Other things?
Than other albums, than past albums.
I think what we've sort of done really is to try and focus this album a lot more than perhaps our last studio album. But I don't know if it's richer. I mean, it's all our albums have been quite different to each other, and I think that we've created a position that's hard for ourselves to be slotted into sometimes, which hasn't always been easy.
Yeah.
For radio, especially.
Yeah.
Because we're always moving all over the place. I think if we'd done the same album and kept making little rubber stamps of that for the last 10 albums up, but we wouldn't be here right now as a band.
Now, you're the songwriter and producer of most of the stuff most of the albums that you've done, right?
And that's not true, no.
No?
I have co-written a lot of the music.
Yeah, with Michael.
Yeah. And other band members have written songs, and basically this is the first album I think I've ever been credited with a co-production of one of our albums.
Wow.
Yeah, but I've always had a pretty sort of big hand in it. I mean, I like the production field. I do work as a producer outside of the band. And ironically enough, it wasn't my insistence this time around. It was just that Bruce Fairburn, the producer of the record, had just said, look, well, Andrew, you've done so much on this record. I have to give you this credit because you did that. So,
Wow. And the thing I read about this new album, there you go, is a lot of stuff was done first time out.
Well, a lot of the stuff was basically lifted from the demos that Michael and Andrew did. They took a lot of time this time in recording the stuff properly, because quite often, in past albums, Andrew and Michael bring songs to the studio, or before we go in and record, and then we'd go and try and recreate it, and you spend sometimes days trying to recreate something that's been recorded on like a little Porter studio or whatever. So this time we thought, Andrew and Michael thought, let's record it properly and hopefully we might be able to use some. So invariably a lot of the tracks we ended up just playing along with the demos, syncing it up and adding real drums and bass and other little bits and pieces, and so as a result, more than half the vocals are the ones that Michael recorded with Andrew in like hotel bedrooms and things like that.
Wow. How many takes did it take you guys to do the lead single Elegantly Wasted?
Well, that actually was, I think we started the vocal came from the demo on that particular song, and I think we did that in Dublin. That came he did that in the morning. The day before we put the music together, and then he went out that night. I think Bono invited him down to a bar, and so he went down, and I think Liam Gallagher from Oasis came in and threw a punch at him that night.
what a
And then-
trio!
and then-
Liam, Bono, and Michael all in one room together.
I didn't even know about this because I was invited down there too, but I stayed back to do some work on the song that we'd been writing together. And so the following morning, Michael came back, later that night, and he just wrote these two words, elegantly wasted, because I think he was a little drunk. And then he went back to the hotel, and the next morning I came in, and I said, this phrase is great. What? I said, this thing that you wrote,
I couldn't even remember it.
And so then we worked on the vocal for it, and basically that's the vocal that you're hearing on the record.
The night after, Bono and Liam.
Well, actually, I think, they're all pretty good mates, those people. But I think the main thing is that what's important is what we haven't said as well is what Michael and I missed, the band made up for here in Vancouver. We recut 2 or 3 songs, and because we really screwed them up on the demos.
All right. Well, how about we'll play Elegantly Wasted, and then we'll talk more about what you guys did in Vancouver, because I know you guys made a lot of friends while